If you struggle, say something else. Yeah, mobility, quarter squat, half squat, 2/3, it's 0.6667. If you struggle with the dumbbell overhead squat, one of the best things that you can do is really understand the points of performance of what make a good rep, and sort of walk a little bit before you run. Hunter's gonna go ahead and grab his dumbbell here, get it up overhead into a nice position. And Hunter, I need you to pretend that as you're working down, you're either getting the dumbbell pulled forward or your weight pulled forward. And we're only gonna go to like 1/2 to 3/4 of a squat. So as Hunter's squatting here, he's keeping his whole foot on the ground. He's driving those knees out. He's not letting the dumbbell pulled forward. But in a lot of scenarios, when you're in a position like that, you can put the dumbbell down if you need to. A lot of times when you're in a position like that, your body is either pulling the weight forward or again, the dumbbell itself is gonna get pulled forward. Go ahead and grab the dumbbell again, put it up overhead. We're gonna do a full overhead squat now, all the way down to the bottom. And notice that he's just continuing with that balanced position. He's driving his knees out, his whole foot is down, he is stacked in his upper body. Go ahead and give me one more. Good. So as we're working through this, you really want to try to identify whether it is that shoulder mobility, whether it is that ankle mobility that's pulling you into those positions, or maybe it's just the idea that this is a new and challenging position to get into, and we could do a complex where Hunter goes ahead and pulls the dumbbell up again over his head and does a quarter squat, half squat, 3/4 of a squat, and a squat. And he's just working through the range of motion, finding that balance point, finding the stability in his overhead position, and then finding the balance with his lower body. Good. Excellent. So again, when you're working through these positions, if you do get stuck, understand that you can work on these 2 or 3 times a week to get used to them. Identify if it's your ankles, your hips, your overhead position that's holding you back. If you work on those things with the test and retest model, then you can get into better positions. But again, think about really good squat mechanics. Think about getting stacked up overhead. And if this is new for you, make sure that you are taking your time and developing the new skill. So make sure you walk before you run, identify what is bothering you in this movement, go address that, continue to practice. We'll see you in the next one.